everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Debt Collection 101 here on Our About You.
Yes, we have a great episode today. We have a guest. We love the guest episodes. We have a great guest today. You can see her at the bottom of our screen probably right now. She joins us via Slack or Skype or whatever. It's Monica Littman from the office of Fineman, Krekstein, and Harris. I do that right?
Yes.
Perfect. It's a 50-50 chance if I get that right sometimes.
Practicing all morning.
Yeah. So, I guess let's start by telling us, anyone who doesn't know about you, we meet you at those ACA shows all the time. You're very active. You travel across the country to go to these things, so that's where we connected with you. For those who don't know who you are, tell them a little about yourself.
Sure. So I'm an attorney at Fineman, Krekstein, and Harris. As you said, we're a law firm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We do a lot of defense-oriented work. And also provide compliance advice for our represent a number of collection agencies in our industry. I'm currently serving as the Pennsylvania Attorney State Chair in ACA, and I've also been recently elected to the board of the Mid-Atlantic Collectors Association.
Oh, awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah. So cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it, I guess, right?
So how'd you get into the collection space?
Well, I came to the firm from another firm a couple years ago, and I just kind of ended up in this department, and it fits well with my skill set. It's a good chance to get into federal court a lot, and get a lot of experience that way. And I've enjoyed it, and as you said, getting to go to the conferences and conventions has been a new experience and a good experience to meet a lot of people and learn more about our industry.
Cool.
And now, out of curiosity, what were you in before collections?
I did employment work, employment defense work, still representing companies, and so representing the employer.
Okay, cool. So, what would be your advice for a collection agency that just received a lawsuit? What's like the best first step for them to take?
The best first step is call your lawyer.
Yeah, great tip from a lawyer. Call your lawyer.
Call your lawyer,
Uh-huh.
because the important thing is when you get served with a lawsuit, deadlines in court start ticking right away.
Yeah.
And it's important so that your lawyer gets them so you can calendar those deadlines and evaluate, your potential strategy and how long you have before either you have to respond to the complaint, maybe you want to try and file a motion to dismiss the complaint, maybe the complaint was filed in state court and you want to remove it to federal court, and there's different rules and timing for doing that. Or maybe you want to explore and try to get the case resolved and have settlement negotiations. And all of that is best started on day one when you get served, not at the very end when you're right up against a court deadline. So it just gives you more options, and call your lawyer, talk about strategy. That's the best thing that you can do.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's a lot of reasons, but generally speaking, what are the most common reasons consumers file lawsuits against collection agencies?
There's two ways to look at that question. One is from the perspective of the consumer. Why does he or she file a lawsuit? And that usually will happen because the consumer is angry for various reasons. They got a phone call they didn't like. There's something that they believe is impacting their credit report. They're just unhappy. But the other reason that lawsuits get filed is because when an attorney files a lawsuit, and those reasons are a little different. The consumer's attorneys may be looking for often technical, perhaps violations of the FDCPA, looking at language in a letter or what was said on the telephone call. So again, it's important that a collection agency has their telephone scripts and letter templates reviewed by lawyers or even compliance officers, and they should always be aware to think about that the attorney's either listening to the call and also looking at the letters. It's another audience when coming up with your telephone scripts or letters.
Yeah. So there's probably like when a consumer files a lawsuit, for the most part, it's, you said, because it's they're angry, right? So there's often steps collection agencies can take before getting to that level, right?
What do you, I'm sorry. What do you
So
mean by that?
like is it normally like the first contact with the consumer, or have they contacted them like a handful of times and those conversations haven't gone well and that results in the consumer suing?
You know, it could be one time, it could be multiple times. It really, I don't think there's really a pattern.
Okay.
But it's just, but the credit report is a big one.
Yeah.
That we hear a lot about.
Okay.
Yeah,
The credit reporting?
Yes, something is on their credit report, and that's impacting them from getting a car loan, from suing some other kind of loan, but that's one that we do hear about.
Yeah. Cool. So what are some things a collection agency could possibly do to avoid generating that lawsuit in the first place?
I think it's important to have compliance procedures that are up to date, that are reviewed on an ongoing basis, and working with either in-house counsel or external counsel to always make sure that you're on top of the case law. As you know, there are decisions that come out on the FDCPA all over the country every day. I try to stay on top of them and reading updates on emails almost every day about what's coming out to see trends or litigation strategies, and it's important because, like I said, it can come from all over the country. So it's important to see, what the judges in certain areas are thinking of, are looking at, or like that, or the new trends. But that's one of the reasons the industry, I find, is really interesting, because there is so much that goes on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And just when you think things are settled, then another decision comes out that can change everything.
And that's the amazing thing, is like, you'll have one court in one district and one judge say one thing, and then somewhere else they say something like the exact opposite of that. So like,
that's correct.
Yeah. What advice do you give an agency to like navigate that?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
That's what some of our clients ask as well. The important thing is just to stay on top of it and know, in the different areas where there are different changes in the law.
Mm-hmm.
Laws, it's been in the news lately, laws in California are very different than laws back here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So again, just speak with your lawyer to make sure that you're doing everything that you should. And sometimes it's important to remember that even if you have done everything and you do get sued, it doesn't necessarily mean that there has been a violation. But it's just important to keep going, and again, just keep your compliance procedures up to date.
Yeah.
What's if you, I don't know if you have a top one, but what's the thing that you see agencies, I guess, screwing up the most on their end? What's like, is there a one thing that's like, wow, like, most agencies do this?
I don't think there's a one thing. I think that kind of the opposite way, a different way of answering your question, or what I would think of, is often in our industry, the consumers, attorneys, you'll see trends of different types of lawsuits, and they say we're going to attack but you'll see different lawsuits. For example, there's the lawsuits now where they challenge the name of the creditor that was listed in the letter, saying that, because the letter just said, R.E. Ray, regarding, for example, Chase, that didn't, because it said Ray, it didn't say, current creditor, Chase, that violates the FDCPA. So, and, you'll see letters that are all have and those are some of the legal issues that we've been challenging in court. But so it's more that, so maybe you see something that a lot of agencies do, but that doesn't mean that it's a violation. But it seems that that's a trend, that there's been lawsuits filed, all choosing to pick and file lawsuits about just certain specific phrases or language in the letter.
Yeah. So when you sign up a new customer, you kind of see these letters, and you're like, oh wow, there's a much easier way to do this without generating that lawsuit.
We never are judgmental when we work with a new client. Always try to be proactive because that's the best way to try and get out in front and like I said, to help revise compliance procedures, keep them up to date. And that's really the best way that a collection agency can try to stay on top of everything. And like I said, sometimes you can't avoid it. A lawsuit does get filed. But like I said, that doesn't mean necessarily that something is wrong.
Correct,
right.
yeah. So you guys are more coaches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you have to be proactive with this type of thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't just sit on and then get the lawsuit back, well, I better find an attorney now.
you're gonna be paying out money left and right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's so important. Again, like I said, if you're up against the deadline, that makes it much harder. But if there's room, you talk about strategy, talk about options. That's really, really the best position that you want to be in.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, that was great.
Yeah. How can people get in touch with you? Let's ask that question. What's the best way?
The best way, phone or email. Also, when I'm at the conferences, I'm always happy to speak with anybody and get to know new and exciting people.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
Yeah, well, I don't know about exciting, but yeah, no, definitely new. Thank you seriously for doing this. We really appreciate it. It's always great to get you guys on the show. The content's always fantastic. So thanks so much for doing that.
Okay. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no
I'm sure we'll see. Are you going to Fall Forum?
I am not going
Okay.
to Fall Forum. Not this year. I went last year.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see you around at the next circuit.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
thanks so much for joining us, and thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions, comment below.
Yeah.
We'll send them on over to Monica.
We'll make sure she gets
has
them.
time, she'll be able to answer them.
Yeah, if she can find a half an hour. Yeah. Very busy schedule.
Yeah.
But thank you again for doing this. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See ya.